Hello, everyone. This is just an addition to the last previous episode of Family, Friends, Not Food. There was one thing that I forgot to mention that was so important to me, but to always remember to everyone to think about. Roles in families do not mean formalities. We do not have to live within the stigmatized idea of who we are within a family construct. We do not have to constantly coexist with the projected obligations of who we think we have to be to coexist in a family dynamic, in a household, in a system. And we can branch this out into everywhere if you really want to think about it. See it for what it is, see yourself individually, and then coexist. How do we coexist better? By having some singularity and some autonomy of how we want to interact with the people around us, within the society around us, within our life around us. And what I mean by roles do not equal formality is that when you think about it, we have mom and dad and brother and sister and auntie and grandma and cousins and then there's you. Where do you fit in? Where do you fit in? What does that mean for you? What is that supposed to mean for you? How are you supposed to act because of this role? I'm mom. I act like this. I'm supposed to give this. I'm supposed to do this. I am supposed to feel about this as I feel about it. Oh, I'm child. How am I supposed to relate to mother? How am I supposed to relate to father? How am I supposed to relate to siblings? How am I supposed to respond, act, feel like what I do say and what I do not say, or what I'm not supposed to say? What are the things? It kind of gives us a limit to work off of, depending on how expanded we see those roles, but usually they're curated based off what we have in our own family dynamics that sometimes are based off trauma. What is your particular role? What do you qualify yourself as in a role-centered construct? How do you even approach that? Is this like, okay, so am I not supposed? It was this old saying. It was this old saying when they said, "Do just like wait." Okay, it was something about your elders, but basically, do give respect to your elders and all those different things. When does it? And I always see sometimes it's like, you must give respect to earn respect. But sometimes people say it with disrespect. But I know where the boundaries lie, and I know what the non-negotiables are. But sometimes they say it as like, if you pop me, you're gonna get popped type of energy, and I don't like it when it's so aggressive. I like it when it's simple and easy, and just that's what it is, and freeing, relaxing, loving. Yes, it can come with, oh wait, hold up, stop. You have to meet me at the door. You are not going to create this sense of intrusion into what you think I need to be for you, or what I have to be to make you feel some way about yourself. And within these roles, within these ideas, how can we break those down? How can we realize that those roles do not equal the formalities of accepting anything, of just taking in what you think you're supposed to take in because of who you are in that family dynamic? Is a child supposed to take the judgment or kind of misguided guidance from a parental role? Is a parent supposed to self-sacrifice themselves just to make the family feel safe and more confirmed and confident in themselves? Is the role of the idea of a father, to be the breadwinner, to be the idea where it goes into the societal narratives of what masculinity is, to be the man of whatever it is. And of course, that is not the only way and only construct of what a dynamic of a family looks like or feels like. But it has been wired and embedded in our brains of how we're supposed to kind of adapt to it, how we're supposed to kind of fit ourselves in, to not allow challenge, to not allow forthrightness, and non-negotiables and boundaries. Do you have to just accept things because of that? Because of those illusioned formalities? Sometimes I've noticed that even within my own family dynamic and household throughout growing up, that I had to change it. I have to realize that my brother and my sister do not have to live on the same tropes of what we did as children. We don't have to feel about each other of how we felt about each other in the past. Meaning the lingering what you're supposed to be for me based off my vulnerability and comfortability. Sometimes it takes to the depth of transparency to break those roles, to realize those are no roles, they are just humans. Those are just not parents, those are humans. You are a human. Sometimes what helps is to remember their first name. Who are they? Oh, they're a human being. Okay. So if they're a human being, I want to be also treated like a human being by a human being. Then that ask, and wants to be confirmed and acknowledged from yourself, if how you treat yourself, firstly, as a relationship with yourself, then you ask, how do I like to be treated in the relationships around me that are not family dynamics? How do I live within that? How do I coexist in that? How do I feel about myself in those connections? And also, how do I assert myself? But how do I feel loved and reciprocated by those people? How do those relationships look? Is it caring? Is it gentle? Is it sweet? Is it understanding? Does it hold firm, beautiful boundaries? Is it empowering? And what I mean by empowering, is it just embracing? Does it hold and swaddle you and give you love and support and honesty with warmth? And that's when you can apply that and say, if I feel how I naturally connect with my people in my life, and I look towards my family dynamics and I feel like there is some type of mutated invention going on, mutated concoction of why you can't apply how you treat people in your life the same way of how you treat people within those family constructs. How you like to be treated within your life by every other human being in life. But it may shift and change when it goes to the human dynamic, or not the human, but the family dynamic of humans. But we place these roles and these identifiers on what a person is based off the roles that we give them. It can even go further into deeper relationships of what is a friend to you? What is a romantic spouse to you? What is a coworker to you? What are these roles that we're placing people under? But do we have the depth, appreciation, and awareness to transcend a role and see a human? And do those people equally are able to do that for yourself once brought to awareness and understanding about how you feel? There are no formalities in life to be mistreated, to not be loved, to be appreciated, to be seen and heard and acknowledged. No formality in life or no niceties demand that. They may ask of you, but you do not have to give it. There is no obligation to be in places to do the due diligence towards disrespect. Ask yourself, what is this role that seems to be there, if there is one, in any area of your life, especially family? And then ask yourself, what does that feel like? Where am I in this role? How do people potentially may place me in a role that does not necessarily acknowledge who you authentically are? And how are you placing other people in a role which does not acknowledge and light up who they actually are as a human being? Speak their name and then see their truth, other than seeing what you want to see based off who you made them in your own brain, and vice versa. And it's a really, really great thing. It really does help. But that was one of the additions that I wanted to say based off family, friends, not food. I love you, and I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next episode.